Hi, everybody. We're live now. Just wanted to do a quick, fun Sunday night. Ask me anything. Not a whole lot going on in Twin Peaks land, but I'm up for talking about anything. So, the TV collection Blu ray set is out. I've seen that out and about doing holiday shopping. And kind of like I suspected, or we people suspected, it's a plastic case like this with a cardboard wrap around it, and it's all the discs stacked like this. I mean, there's some divisions in there, but they're all stacked. So you would slide the cardboard artwork off and open it up, and it's just a whole bunch of all the discs. So yeah, it's probably basically a repackage of the entire mystery box set and the return or season 3 box set, probably just relabeled and put all together like that, which is fine. And I saw it at Target, and that's what I suspected, that the TV collection would be basically a repackage in kind of a quasi cheap set that's affordable. I mean, I think you can get it for under $40 or something like that, maybe 40, 30, 50, somewhere in there. And the Z to A box set comes out on Tuesday. So if anybody out there is has got it early, let me know. If you're gonna get it, let me know. I was gonna get it, and then I changed my mind, and then I was gonna get it again, and then I changed my mind, and then my wife was gonna get it for me for Christmas, but I talked her out of it because we need a new TV instead. So we are talking about getting a new TV, and then the TV that we got broke. So I spent my whole Thanksgiving weekend off dealing with a TV. So I still don't have a 4K TV, which the only reason I wanted to buy the stupid box set to begin with is because of the 4K stuff in it. So I still don't have a 4K TV, and I still don't have a 4K player. And so I don't know. I'm not getting the box set, the Z to A box set yet. I'm excited about the extra features and stuff, but I just have a whole lot going on, and I mean, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to have time to watch any of the stuff till after Christmas, and maybe it'll come down in price after Christmas. I was kind of worried that it's a limited run or whatever, and that maybe there'll be I don't know, whatever. Uh, if it's cheaper after Christmas, great. If it's the same price, that's fine. I'll get it eventually. I just whatever. Haven't had time. If anybody gets it, let me know. If anybody wants to tweet at me, let me know if it's good or not. I just uploaded a couple things. I just uploaded an edited version of my AMA channel update from November 13th. So the last video before this one on Take the Ring was a live stream like this, and I just took down the live one, and I like to put up an edited one. I tighten it up a little bit. So the November 13th AMA video like this one went up today, and then I'll probably do an edited one of this one in the future. So I basically do these live, let them sit up for a few days, and when I get to it, I'll do like an edited version with, and then put that up. And so my next, I just wanted to talk briefly. My next video, I think I've decided, maybe, of course, I could change my mind tomorrow, but so last spring, so spring of 2019, so earlier this year, my wife and I went up to Snoqualmie, Washington, and hit a bunch of the Twin Peaks spots, and I took a video camera and shot a bunch of stuff and tried to kind of capture my experience. I don't know if I'm just going to do some shots in there. I don't know if I'm going to do a voiceover. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with music or not or whatever, but I think that's the next thing I'm going to put out. I don't know if it's going to be super long. I don't know if it's just going to be, you know, a handful of shots really quick. I mean, it may only be 2 minutes long. It may be 10 minutes long, maybe, you know, I don't know, but it'll be cool. We went not everywhere. We didn't go everywhere, but we went lots of places. Um, Salish Lodge, Haps Diner, Roadhouse, Bookhouse, yeah, like lots of places. Um, my favorite spot, I'll tell you right now, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it was right when we rolled into town and it was like cloudy and rain the whole time. So my whole video is going to be cloudy and rainy, which is fine. But my, you know, the bar, when we rolled into town, the first place we went to was the bar of uh, Sarah Palmer. Sarah Palmer, where she tears that guy's throat out in the return. And so we went there, and that was cool. And there was a lot of people in there, and everyone was super nice. And we ended up having a couple drinks and hanging out there. And I can't remember off the top of my head what the place is called, but it was basically the first place we stopped, and it's, you know, more or less pouring down rain. And we went in there, and it was a good time. Didn't stay too long, but everyone was really nice. And I met a guy in there who was the let me turn this up a little bit. I don't know if this helps, if you can hear me better or not. I don't know. I met a guy who claimed to be, he's an older guy, and he claimed to be an extra in the original pilot. And he said, he told me, I was like, because I had my camera out and I was talking to people and kind of like looking around the bar, and he said, oh, you know, he goes, I was an extra in the original pilot, and I had to sit at the at Tweeds, you know, the Double R Diner. I had to sit there, and I had a hamburger bun with a piece of lettuce in it, and I was supposed to sit there. He basically said I sat there all day, and they shot all day, and I was just in the background eating a burger with, you know, burger bun with a piece of lettuce in it, supposing to be a sandwich. So that was cool. I really liked. I mean, it was just a small little bar, and people in Snoqualmie are pretty chill and cool. And right down the way, there's the gazebo and the log from the opening of the credits. So anyway, that's what I got coming up. Is that'll probably be my next video, is this little tour diary thing that I did. And I know I said this last video that I did, but I'll be putting some more stuff up on Instagram, and trying to keep Facebook and trying to keep things updated. I've got new thumbnails coming for all my videos. I'm going to do more detailed descriptions of all the videos on the channel. So I'll be doing some minor updates. So if anybody out there still watches my stuff, that's what I'm going to be doing, is minor updates to credits and descriptions and thumbnails. And I might be doing a WordPress site for takethering.com. Right now, takethering.com just takes you here to the YouTube channel. And I might be doing a WordPress site here in the future that just is kind of a simple thing with embedded videos and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much what I got going on. Not a whole lot on the Twin Peaks thing. I got a couple questions in here. Did you see the trailer for the VR thing? No, I forgot all about it. I saw it pop up, like yesterday or a couple days ago, and I totally blanked on it. Is it cool? Let me know. I don't have a VR set. I don't do that really. I don't know. It sounds awesome. I did read the description. There's somebody's did a review or something about like all the locations are like the Red Room and the Mauve Zone and the White Lodge, and I guess all that stuff's in there, which is sounds awesome. I was kind of like, oh, the VR is out. Okay, it's got the stuff in it. Oh, okay, well, it sounds cool. I didn't watch the trailer, but I was like, it sounds cool, but I have no. I'm not a gamer. I don't have a VR unit. I don't have a VR headset. Like my in-laws have a VR headset that I see once every 6 months. So maybe if they get it, maybe I'll check it out. If somebody, if it's cool, let me know. Let's see. Public Execution says, did you see the trailer for the VR thing? And then he says the VR thing looks pretty lame, actually. Okay, well, there you go. I mean, I'll watch the trailer. I'll check it out. It's funny. I'm like, oh yeah. There's this is out and this is going on and this is going on in Twin Peaks. And then it's like a week later, like today, it's Sunday, and I'm like, well, I'll go live and talk about stuff. And then I get on here and I'm like, well, there's nothing really going on. And people are like, well, the VR thing is out. This is happening. The box set comes out. So anyway, should be cool. I'll look into it. And so like I said, doing a tour diary thing coming up, updating all my stuff. I'll be turning on Super Chat. I'll be updating my Patreon. If you guys have any ideas, like, I'm going to do the Patreon thing. I'm going to keep doing it. And, but I haven't put a lot of thought and time into it. Mostly because like people respond to that stuff because it's reward tiers, right? Like, the Patreons that I give to are usually, it's because you get something back. But I don't really have anything to like give back. Like maybe Patreon people will get to see my videos like a week before they come out. I don't know if people think that's cool. I might be doing some stickers or t-shirts or something like that in the future, but I don't have that stuff lined up right now. So if anybody has any idea what, if you don't give to my Patreon and you want, if you would, what would you want from me? Right? What do you want? If you were going to give to my Patreon, what would you want from me? That's what I'd like to know. So you can tweet at me or DM me or make a comment or whatever. So let's see what else we got. Let's see. Haha Jackson says my box set hasn't even been shipped yet. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I could go on a little rant about that if you want. But so we got about 10 people watching. I know it's Sunday night. Why don't you guys, if you could, tweet this out, maybe get some more people in here, hopefully get some more questions. I'd like to get some more discussions because like I said, I don't really have a whole lot going on, but Haha Jackson says my box set hasn't even been shipped yet. And this is a thing with Amazon that it kind of makes me mad. I don't know. So I would, pre-order stuff. Like it's not really so much a big deal now because I'm older and don't really care so much. But back in the day, you'd have midnight release parties and midnight record store things. So if you've got an album coming out and it's coming out on Friday or it's coming out on Tuesday or whatever, you could go to the record store at midnight on Monday night and it would be like a party and an album would come out and they'd be playing the album and they'd be, you could, I don't know, you could get that, you could like guarantee like I'm getting this album the day it comes out or the night before. And, it used to be a thing. And then when Amazon started, well, I don't know. I can't remember. It used to be you could pre-order stuff and it would be there like the 2 days before, sometimes the night before, sometimes like this box set when it comes out on Tuesday, the 10th. I mean, there were like, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. I remember ordering stuff and it'd be like, okay, this is being released on Tuesday, the 10th, but I pre-ordered it like back in October. And sometimes it would show up like the night of the 8th, like tonight, or it would come in Monday, like the night before, like, hey, you pre-ordered this, you want this before anybody else, you paid for it in advance. The official release date is Tuesday. So you're going to get it Sunday or you're going to get it Monday. Like, that's cool. But the last few things that I've ordered, it's not, it's like it shipped the day it came out. And you're just like, all right, well, I can just go to the store and get it. And, like that day, it's like if it comes out on Tuesday, I want it on Tuesday. So ship it to me the day before or 2 days before. It's ridiculous. And like, I forget what it was. It was an album or a book or a CD or something I ordered from Amazon or somewhere, Best Buy or something. But it came out on Tuesday. I'm like, all right, well, where is it? Oh, well, we shipped it on Tuesday. So we shipped it on Tuesday and you paid standard shipping. So it's going to be 5 to 7 days. So it's like, okay, so I'm going to get it next week. I'm going to get it like the following Saturday or Sunday. Like, I don't get it. It makes me super mad. I don't know if that's everything. I don't order a lot of stuff from Amazon. I don't order a lot of stuff in general, really. So like, I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that. Let me know. But it's definitely made me. If there's an album coming out, well, I mean, support your local record store first of all. I mean, that's what you should do. That's what I usually do. But if an album comes out on Tuesday, you can go to the record store that day and it's there. You can sometimes go there the night before and they'll sell it to you. Used to be, we had a record store in town where I grew up that if they would sell it to you sometimes when they got it. So I don't know, trying to think when it was. So this is like the 90s. Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar. I got that album the Friday before it was supposed to come out because the record store had it. And they were like, just don't tell anybody and we'll sell it to you. Like, okay, because like before everything was computerized, sound scan, they just wrote it down like as a sale and they would sell it to me. I got the second Filter album that way. I got the first Perfect Circle album. I got almost a week before it came out because the record store dudes were cool and they would sell it to you. Now you got to buy stuff on Amazon and you pay months in advance to get it the day it comes out, and then they're like, "Oh, well, we're shipping it to you anyway." Whatever, not a big deal. But let's see what else. So I don't know, man. That's one reason I didn't pre-order the box set online because it's like, well, I'm gonna spend all this money way in advance, and are they going to ship it to me the day it comes out? Am I going to have it the day it comes out? Like, you know what I mean? It's like maybe I'll just wait till after Christmas, and maybe it'll be cheaper since I already have 90% of it. Jeff Awesome Winger says, I keep seeing a lot of actors and actresses of Twin Peaks and even David's daughter leaving a thing on their media stuff hinting a season 4 film coming out. Do you think it'll happen? I don't know. Don't know. I have no idea. I mean, first it's something's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and it's not the VR thing. The VR thing said that it would be released in it's going to be out within the next few weeks, or it's out already, or whatever. So it's not the VR thing. Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous has a source supposedly that says it's going to be a recut of season 3 as a theatrical piece, meaning like a limited night or a week or one night only or whatever. It'll be season 3 edited down to something watchable, 3-4 hours maybe, or maybe, I don't know, or maybe it's going to be a whole, I don't know, whatever. So, I don't know. I can't really see a season 4 necessarily. It could be another movie. It's just, I don't know. I like speculating. I like having fun with it. But on the other hand, I'm always wrong. Everyone's always wrong, whatever it is. So if people are, this all started with that Hollywood museum, horror museum. I can't remember their name, but these guys put out this tweet. But then they I guess they're having an exhibit, a Twin Peaks exhibit. So if that's what they're talking about, then that's it. I guess I don't know. If they come out with the season 4, I seriously doubt it. I can see a movie. I can see a Fire Walk with Me style movie, that Lynch thing. I can the Cameron source saying that it's a recut or a re-edit of season 3. I really think that's cool, and I like that idea, and I kind of hope that's what it is. I think that would be. There's all this stuff about season 3 that's like, is it a movie? Is it a TV show? Is it it's really subjective, and it's really experimental, and it's really weird, but it also is really long. And Lynch has said you can watch it out of order, which he's right. That I've watched different episodes randomly while I've been editing for my videos. Like, you can watch it out of order. You can watch it all in one sitting as some like giant long day long movie. You can watch it, week to week as episodes. You can watch it with, who knows. But season 3 definitely lends itself to some sort of re-edit. One of the biggest complaints about season 3 is that it's super long. Like a lot of like slow moments, dead time, super long. Stuff could be trimmed. It's a common criticism. So, I like that idea a lot. If season 4 is coming, but I also think that, other people have said that Showtime wants a season 4. I would agree with that. I bet Showtime is lobbying Lynch and Frost for more material, possibly. Or not. I don't. Again, all speculation. We don't know. Did they lose money on the return? Do they want more season? Do they want more stuff like that? Who knows? But they'll do something. We will get some sort of Twin Peaks something in 2020. That's not the VR thing. This could all be the horror museum thing. I don't know. Maybe not. But that'd be awesome. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Nick Coleman says season 4, Chet Desmond. Yeah, that would be cool. I again, I don't know if you guys are new to this channel or watched me before. If you know me or have seen me talk about this stuff before, I kind of think we're done with the story. I don't think there's anything else that really needs to be said or explored. They could do a Laura Palmer, Carrie Page type. There's more to explore, I guess. It's just season 3 feels like a final thing to me. Like, yes, it's a cliffhanger, but so was the original one. Yes, it's like, it just feels like that's a finale to me. Like if I had created all of Twin Peaks, the old stuff and this and that, like if I was Lynch and Frost and like 75 years old and like I have this one chance, this one moment, this one guaranteed amount of money to do one last thing with Twin Peaks, and they both wrote it, and then Lynch shot it, and Frost went and did his books, and Lynch kind of has a final say in the show, and Frost has the final dossier and kind of his kind of final say on things in his universe as well. Like, what else are you gonna? There's always stuff to explore. There's always additional stuff, but it's kind of like hey, we had this 1 in a million shot to get the band back together, and that's what they did, and it was awesome. And we'll see. Chet Desmond's great, though. I love Chris Isaak. Actually, Chris Isaak is playing right now about two couple hours away from me. And again, I've been so busy. I wanted to get tickets. It was going to be a big thing. I was really hoping to go, but it didn't work out. So I guess I'm going to catch him next time. But I'm a huge Chris Isaak fan. I love him. I love his music. I love Chet Desmond. I love that first whatever half hour of Fire Walk with Me. I love the Missing Pieces stuff is great too. So Chet Desmond's great. Always would love to see more of him. Camarillo says, hey, just tuning in to say thank you for your Twin Peaks videos. Thank you very much for popping in. Time Traveler Registered Trademarks made a bunch of comments. Let's see if I can. My hope would be for Mulholland Drive to go to series. That would be kind of cool. I would like that. I think it's doable. I mean, that movie was it's kind of its own thing. I can see that morphing into like that kind of idea, like morphing into something else. Like I can see Lynch doing another TV series that is basically Mulholland Drive, whether he calls it Mulholland Drive and it has Diane and Betty and Rita and all that stuff in it. Who knows with that, but I could see him doing more. The return made money, someone says. Season 3 ending is perfect. Yeah, I agree. Public Execution says, as much as I love The Return, I'd rather see a new Lynch thing. Yeah, I would too. I would love to see another Lynch movie. I don't know what the hell that would be like, though. Have no idea. I mean, the last thing he did before The Return was Inland Empire, and it was 3-hour just psychotic dirge. But it was cool. I like it. I mean, Inland Empire is its own kind of discussion or whatever. But let's see. So speaking of, while we're doing that, I'm gonna hype up some friends of mine's podcasts. Man, I've already been talking for a half hour. So I'm going to try to wrap this up, get your questions in, comments, whatever. And let's see. So I am going to plug 119 podcast, which I've been on a couple times. Those guys don't do it regularly, and I don't think they've done one in a long time, but 119 podcast at 119podcast.fireside.fm. I've been on there. Nick and Dylan are great dudes. And so they basically kind of recapped or kind of had discussions about every episode of The Return and Fire Walk with Me. So if you're just like, probably 18 episodes plus 2, we did a 2-parter Fire Walk with Me. So they probably have like 20 episodes on there. Good discussion, good dudes. Check out 119 podcast. Also, if you just want some kind of so these are my buddies I grew up with, have a podcast out of Lafayette, Indiana, and they're good friends of mine. It's called Main Street Bocce Club. And if you just check out or search Main Street Bocce Club, BOCCE, on Facebook. And you can find it on Facebook. It's on Castbox FM, castbox.fm. They're all friends of mine that I grew up with, and I don't know how many episodes they've got. I've fallen off the last couple episodes, but one of the guys is John Christopher, who is a cover artist, does covers for Marvel and DC and Star Wars comics. Another guy is my friend Mike, who I ran a record store with for a few years back, like I don't know, about 10 years ago. Um, so yeah, these guys are awesome, and they talk about all kinds of stuff. So movies, whatever. Movies, comics, pop culture, just clowning around kind of stuff. So it's a good podcast, and I've been invited on there. I just haven't been. So it's in a different town. So at some point, I'm going to go be on that podcast. So if you want to go subscribe or check out Main Street Bocce Club, I'll be on there at some point. Um, Another friend of mine named Matt Adams has the Matt Adams podcast at Shout Engine. You can also, if you have trouble finding it on Shout Engine, it's the Matt Adams podcast on Shout Engine, or you can just Google Matt Adams movie podcast. I checked that out. He's a good dude, and it's him most of he and his wife usually, and they talk about movies, and he's a writer and a fiction writer, and good interesting stuff. A lot of times they'll usually have a recap or discussion of a current movie coming out, or something they just recently saw. Also, you can follow me here. I'll hold all this up. You can follow me at Jer Bear Media, which is on Twitter. That's my day job, and I just interviewed Alice Cooper for Fox 59 and CBS4.com, CBS4Indie.com. Anyway, Alice Cooper was awesome. If you guys are fans of Alice Cooper, he is as cool as you would think he is, and good discussion. If you want to Google, you can look me up on Twitter, or if you just want to Google, I would just Google Fox 59 Alice Cooper, and it should pop up. But we talked about David Bowie and the Doors and Pink Floyd, and how he's from Detroit and touring the Midwest back in the 70s. He actually played my mom's high school prom in Lafayette Jefferson High School in 1970. So we talked about touring, and we talked about his new band, of course, and what he's doing now, and but just kind of all over the place, like great touring stories, band stories, all that kind of stuff. So, and that was pretty big. It's something I've been working on for a while, and that's been what's been sapping up a lot of my extra time, was the Alice Cooper interview. I did see before that, since I did the podcast, if anybody watches this or anybody's watching now, and you want to plug your Twin Peaks podcast, make a comment or DM me on Twitter or tweet at me or something. So there's tons of Twin Peaks podcasts. I'm sure you all know this already, but there's the Diane podcast, and I believe they're English. And there's Twin Peaks Unwrapped, which is basically interviewed everybody that's ever had anything to do with the show, pretty much. And they have a book coming out, and I contributed to the book. So Twin Peaks podcast, the Diane podcast. There's also the Red Room podcast, which is JB Minton and Scott from the Blue Rose magazine. And Chopping Wood Inside, which is Dr. Hawk from Twitter. And I already mentioned 119, and there's tons of other awesome Twin Peaks podcasts. So if you want me to mention your podcast or talk about stuff, just tweet at me, DM me, make a comment. Or if you have a YouTube show or anything Twin Peaks related that you want to plug, I will plug it. So just message me and I'll mention it at some point. Let's see, a couple more comments and I'll just wrap this up. 119 is the best. Tim Hartnett said 119 is the best. They could do another rewatch with the same format and I would listen. I agree. If they did a rewatch of the original show, it would be super awesome. Public Execution says I just rewatched season 3 and listened to 119 after every part. Really in-depth discussions. They were great. Yeah, I agree. It was awesome. And Tim Hartnett said my Fire Walk with Me appearance with 119 gave me new appreciation for the film. That's fantastic to hear. Camarillo says season 3 ending is such a beautiful mix of sadness and confusion. Nothing is left to be said after Laura's scream. I agree. I agree. I don't know how you would follow that up. So about Tree Fitty, I love that name, About Tree Fitty. So you have hands down the best Twin Peaks videos on YouTube. Appreciate the comment. Thanks for everybody for watching. Yeah, been getting a lot of views and steady amount of subscribers. So appreciate everybody watching. If you guys want me to try to do more of these live discussion videos, I'm going to try to upgrade to where I can have other guests and stuff. I think that's might be my next move, to try to do that. About Tree Fitty says, what are your thoughts on the season 4 rumors? Just back this video up to like, I don't know, 10 minutes in maybe. So I've already talked about season 4 rumors. I mean, they're rumors. It'd be great if they do more. Great. If they don't, that's fine. I'm okay with it. There's, as of right now, something's coming. It's okay. Don't worry. But something's coming in 2020. It could be that museum exhibit, which would be lame if that was just it. It could be Showtime announces more stuff. It could be this rumor of a season 3 recut or re-edit as some sort of theatrical piece. Could be that. Or the VR, it could be the VR thing. All this hype could be about the VR thing, but that doesn't seem likely, and that's already out or going to be out before. But the rumors are all based on something coming in 2020. Which could be the museum thing, could be an announcement from Showtime that they're going to make more, could be a recut or re-edit of season 3, or it could be anything else. And I'm here for it. Whatever it is, I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. So, and Colin says, I would love if we got a definitive edit of all 3 seasons and Fire Walk with Me. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool for them to re-edit. I mean, I don't know. Fire Walk with Me, we have the missing pieces. If they did the Fire Walk with Me new cut, that would be awesome. Well, that's the other thing that could be. The thing coming in 2020 could be the complete Fire Walk with Me recut that Sabrina Sutherland supposedly hinted at before. But anyway, re-edits are good. The cool thing about, especially Fire Walk with Me in season 3, just the nature of it is, it lends itself to that kind of stuff because there's extra footage and it's super subjective and weird, and it could be, I don't know how you would like re-edit a 1990s primetime TV show. I mean, like maybe they could lose some of the episodes of season 2. The latter half of season 2 you could like take a couple episodes out. You could trim some kind of subplots out, I guess. But that's kind of like a super strict format, But Fire Walk with Me was it a 2-hour and 15-minute film that kind of like Apocalypse Now or something, right? It's like it ended up being 2.5 hours, but the original cut was like 5 hours. And now 20 years later, we've got cuts that are 3 hours. There's a 3.5 hour cut. The final cut, it's like around 3 or 3:15 or whatever. So I like the idea of season 3 being chopped up in different things. I mean, you could watch season 3 without the musical acts. You could watch season 3. Um, you could almost watch all of Twin Peaks with episode 8 of season 3 as the opening of all of it. Would be kind of cool. Um, you could watch the opening. You could watch episode 8 of season 3, and then Fire Walk with Me, and then the movie international version of the pilot. Then you could watch the whole seasons 1 and 2, and then you could watch all of the return, which could be recut in a bunch of different ways. Like I said, I think it'd be cool to lump all the Twin Peaks stuff that happens in Twin Peaks together as its own like 2 hour thing, and all the Dougie stuff together as its own like 2 or 3 hour thing, and then all the FBI Blue Rose Mr. C stuff together as its own thing. You could watch all that stuff separately, you know, and then the the episodes 17 and 18 of season 3 are kind of like their own thing too. It's where everything converges, and then 18 is that like the Carrie Page alternate world rabbit hole thing, right? So I mean, you know, so I'm excited to see what happened. Uh, who would be your dream Roadhouse performance that didn't happen? Tom Waits for you, man, dude. Tom Waits would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. I don't know. I didn't really put any thought into that really. Um, um, I think we got a nice cross section of bands. I liked the Eddie Vedder, Nine Inch Nails. Actually, I liked pretty much all of that. I didn't even know the Chromatics before that. I didn't know, was it Lizzie? I didn't know Lizzie. I didn't know a lot of that stuff before the show came out. So that was nice to like get exposed to some new stuff. I like the Audrey's dance kind of reinterpreted. Um, you know, the James was great. That was great. That's like kind of like staring at you right in the face, like you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, but you didn't think they would do it, and then they did it, and that was awesome. Um, Tom Waits would be incredible. I don't know if you've seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs is great. Um, um, Ballad of Buster Scruggs is great. Tom Waits is in Buster Scruggs, so he was great. Yeah, Mr. Pocket. God, that was so good. He sings a traditional. He doesn't really sing, right? It's not like a performance, but his character kind of mumbles this song as he at the beginning and at the end of his segment. Is it Myrtle McCree or something? It's like a traditional Irish song or something. But anyway, Tom Waits is amazing. I just saw something else about him. Oh, I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember. Getting tired. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you all go. Tom Waits is great. Fox59.com. Google Alice Cooper. I did an interview with Alice Cooper because he just played here in town, and it was awesome. And the Matt Adams podcast, Main Street Bocce Club podcast, 119 podcast. If you want to pitch your Twin Peaks or other podcasts, just message me or let me know. I'll do more of these. I'll try to upgrade my stuff. I'll try to have some more guests. Working on the tour diary video of Snoqualmie Twin Peaks that should be out, I don't know, at some point. And I'll be doing upgrades and updates and all that stuff. Anybody have any suggestions, make a comment, message me, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, takethering.com, or at takethering430 should be easy to find. All right. Thanks everybody for joining me. Have a good week. Oh God, tomorrow's Monday. All right. Try to have a good week, everybody. See you later.